Alright, so here's a common problem on short wheelbase locomotives. Sometimes when they're going through more complex track work, like switches and double crossovers, where there's a lot of different joints and not all those joints are powered, they end up not being able to make it all the way through. And I've got the hit here in mind with this double crossover. This short rear grand switcher, if you try and go through at a slow speed, it'll stall out. Right there. So, and you can just nudge it if you need to, and it'll make it all through to the next place it stalls out. And then you nudge it again, and make it through. And nudge it again. But you really don't want to have to be doing that all the time. What you'd like is your engine to make it through at any different speed. Now, because of the flywheels inside these engines, if you're going fast enough, the momentum of the engine will actually carry it through those dead spots. So you can see if you're going fast enough, it'll actually go right through. Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and install a TCS KAM4 decoder in my rear grand switcher. And what's nice about this decoder is it actually has a keep alive capacitor in it. And so it'll go ahead and provide you advertised 3 to 6 seconds of power, even if there's no power being picked up from the track. And so if that ends up being the case, then that engine will very easily make it through those dead spots even at slow speed and get it. So this is not a plug-and-play decoder. As you can see, there's wire leads on it there. So we'll have to get those soldered in place on the board, and then we'll test it out. Okay, so here we're going to go ahead and solder the wires into place. Okay, and there's the first one, and we'll just end up doing the other ones like that. I'm using the Soundtrax 8-pin connector kits for these, and it's nice because they end up coming with a little diagram showing you where all the wires go on the pins. So pretty straightforward. We'll finish out the other ones, and then we'll test it out. Alright, one other thing I wanted to show you that I sort of skipped over in that last segment was removing the dummy plug that comes with the Athearn quick plug engines, the ones that are already equipped with that. And this is the dummy plug right here. And so before you plug a decoder into the 8-pin decoder socket, you have to remove this dummy plug. And it's real simple. You just get it, wiggle it a little bit, and then it just slides out. It's that simple. And so you want to remove that, and then if you have a decoder that plugs into it, like this NCE decoder here, then that'll just plug directly into there and you're done. If you're going to use a decoder that plugs into the 8-pin socket, then you still want to leave that off and then plug it right into your 8-pin socket, which is what we did with the KAM4. So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. I don't want anybody to blow a decoder because they forgot to take out that quick plug dummy plug that goes on there. So, alright, so now back to the test footage of the KAM4 decoder with the rear grand switcher. Alright, so the decoder is all installed and it's ready to test. You can see the lights work. And so we'll go ahead and give it a little bit of power. So this is easily the slowest I'd ever be operating the switcher. But you can see now with that keep alive capacitor, it goes right through and keeps right on going. Okay, we'll go ahead and have it go backwards through the switch now, and it'll actually go through the crossover. Again, nice and slow, and no stalling. And one thing to note with the keep alive capacitor is it does not actually delay your control of the locomotive. If you have electrical contact with the locomotive going along, and you tell it to speed up, slow down, or change or do something, it does it immediately. It's not that it's inducing a delay. It's just that if it's not receiving the signal, it still has enough power to continue doing what it was last told to do for a few seconds. Alright, so now I want to show you how long the advertised time that the Keep Alive capacitor works is 3 to 6 seconds, but on this engine it actually ends up being quite a bit longer than that. So you can see here's the engine coming along. It's not going particularly fast, and if you lift it up, you can see the wheels are still spinning. And now they are starting to slow down, and now they've stopped. So you see that's a pretty good amount of time that you get. So you can have a pretty long segment of dirty track or a pretty long segment of dead rail, and that engine's going to keep going. Now during that time you're not going to be able to send new commands to the engine, but it will keep going until it gets to the next section of clean rail, and then you can command it to do something. But as long as it's on clean rail, you can immediately tell it to speed up, slow down, turn on the lights, do whatever you want. And there you have it. That was the installation of the TCS KAM4. As you can see, it was pretty simple, and it solved the problem I was having with my Rio Grande switcher. So if you're having a similar problem with your engines getting through some complex track work, you might want to go ahead and check one of these out. Another route you could go is to go ahead and do some additional wiring or juice the frogs on some of your switches. But I went ahead and chose this route because it really was only happening with this one engine, and it worked fine. So go ahead and check them out. I think you'll be happy with it. Again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next update.